Hi, my name is Michael Unett and I'm an Alsager Town Councillor for Alsager East Ward, and I'm also the current Deputy Mayor of Alsager. I'm doing this video to provide an update to residents on the proposals from Cheshire East Council's parking review, including the implementation of car parking charges in towns such as Alsager. I've just got back from the Highways and Transport Committee meeting of Cheshire East Council, which was held in Macclesfield, where the proposals were up for discussion today. I spoke at the meeting on behalf of the Town Council and on behalf of residents and businesses to put forward the case for Alsager and to really represent the huge strength of feeling that local residents have that the introduction of charges will negatively impact the vitality of our town centre. Unfortunately, the update I'm providing today is not good news. The Highways and Transport Committee today voted for the implementation of car parking charges, including here in Alsager. This means that with implementation in October, Alsager will see car parking charges later this year. There have been some successes, however. Alsager Town Council put forward a comprehensive objection and response to last year's parking consultation, setting out concerns and suggested mitigations. Local residents and businesses also sent in their concerns. Amongst those concerns was the proposal to charge on Fanny's Croft car park. And for anyone who doesn't know of that car park, it's a residents' car park close to Audley Road, and residents would have faced paying hundreds of pounds to simply park near their home in the original proposals. The problem being that there are already pressures on Audley Road with on-street parking, and there are a number of properties in the area that don't have off-street parking options. Thankfully, Cheshire East Council has listened and has recognised that the primary use of this car park is residential. So it's been removed from the proposals, meaning that Fanny's Croft will remain free. However, for the rest of our car parks, Fairview, which is our main car park in the town centre, Station Road, which serves the western end of the town centre, and Well Lane, they will still see the implementation of parking charges. There were concerns regarding Highfields Primary School, which is adjacent to Fairview, that parents will be charged for picking up and dropping off their children at school. Thanks to representations from residents and the Town Council, Cheshire East has listened and changed the proposed start for the time of charging from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. The Highways and Transport Committee also agreed that Fairview should be a free after 3 car park. This means that there will be free parking after 3 p.m. This now means that parents won't be charged for picking up their children or dropping off at the school, which is great news. There are some other mitigations in the report. However, disappointingly, they are placed as an amber priority, which means they'll be assessed, the situation will be monitored, and then upon further public consultation, they'll be implemented if needed. That, quite frankly, isn't acceptable, especially because of the displacement of cars onto neighbouring streets that the charges will cause. Station Road, the displacement of cars will further exacerbate the existing dangerous parking problems close to the junction with Crewe Road. There needs to be better mitigation introduced in this area. Even now, with the problems we have with free parking, never mind the problems that will get worse with charges. And unfortunately, there were additional proposals considered today that didn't form part of the original consultation. And that's because, as predicted, these initial proposals didn't meet Cheshire East Council's expected revenue aims, and the council will still be £800,000 short in this area of the budget. So the committee agreed today, subject to further consultation, that the extension of charges will go towards a Sunday. So instead of just paying charges from Monday to Saturday, the charges could now end up being charged on a Sunday. The removal of 4 days free each year for local events. So what's happened in previous years is that there's 4 free parking days offered to the town and parish councils for big local events and to try and promote town centre vitality. But that could now be axed. The extension of charges into the evening. So under the original proposals, car parks that aren't free after 3, just normal car parks would face charges from, if they haven't got a school, from 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now that will go from 6 p.m. also all the way up to 10 p.m. And also there's been a decision to go towards cashless payments as well. Just when we thought it would be just daytime businesses at risk, these additional proposals now pose a further threat to the vitality of our town, as now our nighttime economy will be impacted. I mean, I understand personally why Cheshire East Council has been forced to make some of these difficult decisions and do these difficult reviews. They've seen local government funding from central government slashed year on year. A 63% cut for Cheshire East in real terms in funding from central government since 2010. That's forced council tax up by 54% and services to be cut at the same time. And this isn't just Cheshire East. Council taxpayers across the country are now paying more for less service than they were in 2010 because of the cuts from central government over the last 14 years. High inflation, the impact of the pandemic, and rising costs to adult social care and children's services, they're all hitting the council's finances. And the further blow for Cheshire East, adding insult to injury, was the government announcing it was going to axe the northern leg of HS2, and the government is still refusing to compensate Cheshire East for its own decision. Cheshire East has put money into HS2 coming to Cheshire East. It's been legislated for over a decade now, and the government, for its own decision, is now not going to compensate the council. I think that's quite frankly scandalous. So I understand the budget concerns ahead of this decision, but future budgets, in my opinion, surely can't be served well with these risks to our local economy and the vitality of small towns like Alsager. And before anyone says it, I'm pretty sure the councillors in the committee today didn't really want to vote on such proposals. Nobody goes into local politics to make decisions like this. People get involved because they want to make a difference to the place where they live. I do believe there's more our local MP should have done, and more she still could do. Fiona Bruce could have done a lot more than just blame the council and the Commons chamber. She has the position. She's our local MP. She's got the position and the influence to lobby her party in central government to fund local councils better, to fund local highway budgets better, and to give relief on business rates for car parks that local authorities have to pay, which means some of the costs behind the influence and the decisions today wouldn't have been there. But aside from that, I do believe there could have been a better way with a full town-by-town review, taking into account the circumstances of each town and using parking controls and free parking to promote our town centres, not just purely basing the review on revenue. But that's the situation the council's in, and we now are where we are. I can't speak for my fellow town councillors or the town council as a whole, but I'll be personally working to do whatever I can from this point to protect the vitality of our town centre. I think we have to argue and negotiate for better and further mitigation, especially for places like Station Road. We have to enter into negotiations with Cheshire East Council. One thing they did agree today is that they would enter negotiations with town and parish councils over things like contributions and asset transfers. And I do believe we need to enter into negotiations with the council, with other key stakeholders as well, to explore these issues of asset transfer and contributions to keep our car parks free. But of course, that shouldn't be considered lightly. We need to examine the cost, negotiate, and also think of the possible implications of such a move. But there is more work to be done between now and October, and I'll be doing whatever I personally can to promote the vitality of our town. And a message to those who feel they may have to go elsewhere if charges do go ahead in October: please don't. Our local economy, all of our small businesses, and the vitality of our town depend on your continued support. If any local residents have any further questions or concerns about this issue or the update I've just provided, please don't hesitate to contact myself via email at michael.unett@alsagertowncouncil.gov.uk. All of my full contact details on the Town Council website as are my fellow town councillors. Thank you for watching this update if you've watched it all the way through, and please continue to air your concerns. Please keep that passion that you've got for our town and our town centre, and please continue to support our local economy and our town. Thank you.